Oh,
All right. Are we gonna? Are you guys ready?
yeah, I
Ready.
guess.
All right. Yeah, start. I'll go. Oh, it's been a while since we went. Sorry, someone sneezed or something.
Probably an animal.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'll start again. Here we go. Well, it's been a while since we went to Disneyland together. Great that our wives are letting us have father-son time.
Well, it's always better when you guys are here. Since we haven't been here for a while, what ride do you want to go on first?
Well, I'm feeling a little cheesy today. How about the Jungle Cruise?
Yeah, I'm in need of a laugh. Sounds great. Let's go.
I go to the front of the line. Geez, the line is crazy long today. It's not like it's Indiana Jones or anything.
Yeah, that's weird. Even the fast pass line's jammed.
And what about that line over there?
Doesn't look like a real line. Must be under construction or something.
Well, no hurt seeing if it's real. Who knows? It could get us closer to the front.
Well, it's your choice, Skirt. Lead the way. Remember, I choose the next ride, though.
They go under the vines, Calvin, and walk along the path to the other side.
Hey, look, there's an attendant over there. Let's talk to them.
Hello, welcome to the Jungle Cruise.
Is this line real? The other ones were packed.
Oh, yes, we just opened another rig. There should be a skipper coming in very soon. Here, sit on the boat till he arrives.
Nice. Awesome. We lucked out.
Sorry, didn't do that. Yeah, okay. That works though. We'll just use that. All right. You see, okay, yeah, that's right. The time goes by. Okay. You see the other boats leaving around us, right, Dad?
Yeah, we should be leaving before those guys. We've been waiting longer at this point. I thought we'd be in front of the big line over here.
It's weird that no one else is coming the boat with us either, huh?
Oh, it looks like the skipper's almost here. Finally.
Oh, two today? Why, I haven't seen his little people in a long before Trader Sam set up shop, in fact. He's our head salesman here in the jungle. He's got a pretty good deal for you guys today. 2 of his heads for just 1 of yours. By the way you slice it, he'll always come out ahead. That's a killer deal.
Wait, wasn't Trader Sam's always part of Disneyland?
Let's shove off then. Oh, see that bamboo over there? It grows to be 6 stories tall. People say it can even grow to 7 stories, but that's a whole nother story.
We got a good skipper this time. I can tell.
Now relax, Kurt, and just enjoy the cruise.
Oh, now please watch out for these carnivorous vines. Last week, one of them reached out into the back of the boat and pulled the woman right out. It was awful. And, just before that she disappeared, she was feeling just fine.
Maybe take back what I said about the skipper. That joke was just bad.
Of course it's bad. That's part of the fun, Kurt. Your arm.
Wait, the vine, it won't let go. And I'm not feeling so good. Help.
Oh, that vine has no chance against my machete. Have at you. Ha, ha.
I remember that vine gag last time.
The moment it touched me, I felt like I had the flu. The first time for everything? Let's hope it doesn't happen to you.
And now we're approaching the beautiful Schweitzer Falls, named after that famous African explorer, Dr. Al Falls. Let's hope we can make it.
Excuse me, but I don't remember there being any falls this big on this road.
Of course there's falls. What are you supposed to be, some leisurely jungle cruise?
Well, that is what the ride is called.
Okay, hang on, gents.
Ah!
Oh, okay. And now, gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. The backside of the water. O2H. O2H.
This definitely wasn't in the original ride. What is going on here?
I agree. This is way better. It's like the original Jungle Cruise, but the extreme version at the same time.
Oh, look out. That's no house cat over there. Bengal tigers can jump over 20 feet. And we must be at least, well, let me see, 19 feet away. Ha, don't worry, they'll jump right over us.
That cat looked real, not on wires or anything. I could feel his breath as he flew by.
Man, Kurt, you have all the fun.
You can have it. I'm done with this ride.
And to your right is a perfect example of why you never get in an argument with a rhino. He'll always get his point across in the end.
See, Kurt, it's just like the old ride. Nothing new about it.
I guess so. Wait, what's that in the water?
Uh-oh, looks like the hippos are trying to charge the boat. Well, too bad, hippos. I only accept cash. Ha ha.
Boom, boom, boom. Ah!
Man, they must have updated the animatronics last year. They're so lifelike. Hey, look, floating logs.
Oh, those aren't floating logs. You know, the croc's always looking for a handout, but be careful. I once had an English teacher on board. She didn't listen to me. And now she's teaching shorthand.
Great Scott, they're real.
Of course they are. What else would they be?
Oh, man. Jeez, what the?
Well, gentlemen, unfortunately, it looks like we're about to make port. A wonderful day.
Get
Get us out of here. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Dad, maybe
Well,
in
there
the
it is.
beginning, can
What?
you reread some of the lines in the beginning? It felt like you're going a little too fast.
Who, me?
No, Jacob, you're doing good. I'm talking about Dad.
Which lines?
Oh, it's just a couple. I think the first like 2 or 3 is just the like it's always better
It's
being
always
being
better
here
being
with
here
you guys.
Since
Yeah,
we haven't
just-
been here in a while.
Well, yeah, that one. That one, and then Jesus. Wait, was it? Yeah, and you know, I'm need of life too. Sounds good. Let's go. It's just the enunciating each word type of
Okay.
thing. That's all.
Okay. So which one do you want to read?
Just read your first like 4 lines or something like that.
Just read the whole script.
That just redo it.
Yeah, just read your first 22 lines, okay?
It sucks. Okay, Dad.
Okay.
Suck. I'm just kidding.
Sure.
It's fine.
That's great.
Okay. It's always better. Okay, hold on. It's always better being here with you guys. Since you haven't been here for a while, what ride do you want to go on first?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You
that's
know
good.
I need a laugh
sorry.
or two. Sounds
sorry,
good.
Dad, you
Let's
go
go.
Do that again.
You know I need a laugh or two. Sounds good. Let's go. Yeah, that's weird. Even the fast pass lane is jammed. Doesn't look like a real line. Must be under construction or something. It's your choice, Kurt. Lead the way. Remember, I choose the next ride, though.
All right, Dad. I think that's good.
Hey, look, there's an attendant over there. Let's
Hey,
talk
Dad,
to them.
Dad, you can stop.
I'm doing the whole gosh darn thing. Whether
Yeah, you should
like
be
it or
leaving
not.
before those guys. We've been waiting here for a long time at this point. I thought we'd be in front of the big line over here. What you what
I
not?
thought that was pretty good, though. What did you guys think of that?
Did I stop the
run.
recording or pause it?
You can only stop the
Uh,
recording
good.
after you end the call, and then it'll save it. Remember, Dad?
But he
Okay.
can pause it, can't he?
Can I pause it?
I don't know.
I mean, okay. So wait, hold on.
Yeah,
No,
you
I
can
thought it was
pause it,
good.
Dad. Okay.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob from Live and Loving Disney, and I'm here with Kurt and Jacob tonight. And we're just going to talk Disney tonight. Could be good, could be bad, but it might be interesting. So, hi guys, how's it going?
With it.
Word. No, so we were talking earlier about Disney memories and stuff, and so Jacob kind of brought up a topic of, there's good and sometimes bad Disney memories. So let's talk about that a little bit, because that is true. I mean, we'd like to sit and talk about Disney on the podcast and everything, but we always try to keep it real positive. And I'm not saying we should be negative about it, but we could be honest about it. So I think that's what the discussion that we're going to have. I don't know how long the discussion will go, but I think that would be an interesting discussion to have. So which one do you guys want to start off this thing?
Maybe we could. What do you think? Maybe we could do just a good memory and then a bad memory.
Okay, I don't know, or whatever pops in your head. Hey Jacob, so you kind of had something going on there before we hit the record button. Why don't you continue on?
Yeah. Like you're saying, Dad. I think the bad memories can sometimes be really relatable because we love going to Disney, but what about the part where your kids are screaming and they're fighting
Yeah.
and
Oh
they
yeah,
they
man.
want the $100 thing at the gift shop? Like, I mean, that's the reality, and it's kind of I mean, it's
I mean,
humorous,
Disney
really.
is set up for that. I mean, you get off a ride and you go right into a gift shop, and as a parent, you're like, "Ah, crap! I'm gonna go through this
Yeah.
gift shop.
Son of
Every one
a-
of my kids gonna hit me up for something while I'm walking through this thing."
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. So yeah, I was just gonna say, we went. It was the last time we went, and it was actually, I think, the only time that we've been as a whole family. I had just started my freshman year. Like we started school. 2 weeks later, we were going on like 10-day trip to California, and I remember I was 14, and as a kid, I was a little bit of a punk. My family knows this. I had a little temper thing going on, and I remember that when we were eating out of the
Ice chest.
like the ice chest and stuff,
Yeah.
because when there's 9
It's
kids
expensive.
plus
Yeah,
a foreign
it's
exchange
expensive,
student,
man.
there's 10 people.
Wait, Jacob, you just turned
Jacob,
off
you
your
hit
mic.
your audio.
Okay.
Oh, you
All
hear
right.
me?
Continue what you
Um,
said. You said open the ice
There's
chest.
9 of us. There's 9 of us. There's a foreign exchange student as well. There's 10 kids.
Right.
Like, I get it. We got to eat up. So one of the only times, I don't know if we did even more than this, but one of the only times we ate out, we went to Rainforest Cafe. And I don't
Yeah.
even want to think about what the bill was at this freaking place, looking back at it as a parent,
Right.
thinking about it like that, like, holy crap. And I remember Aaliyah was really little, and I got like a root beer or something, and it was, a cool glass bottle, and it was probably like $5 or whatever. And, she was like 2 or 3 at the time. She knocks it over, and it
Right.
spills all over the place. And, I'm like, I freaked out. And then, I just lost my temper. And then, somebody's like, she's a little girl. And I'm like, I just got upset. I remember.
Yeah,
And I
you
stormed
wanted us
out of
to
the place.
discipline her right then and there at the table, I think.
Yeah.
But you got all jacked up and you
I
took
was like,
off.
she always just could do whatever she wants. And,
Right.
she could just do whatever she wants. And you guys just say it's fine and it's not fine. She needs to learn or whatever. And and then I just stormed out of the place. And I remember I was just walking. This was downtown Disney. I was just walking downtown Disney by myself and really upset. And I remember after you guys finished dinner, you guys were looking for me, and I was kind of hiding in the crowds. I remember watching people go past me, Jacob, and just like, hiding
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
like, I
in
was
the
looking for you.
crowds.
I'm like, you're never gonna find him out here. There's like people all over the place. For sure.
Right. So that's just I remember that Disney memory. That was the first thing that came to my mind because I look back and I'm just like, dang.
Did that take a little
I'm
bit?
bummed I did that, honestly.
Did that take? I mean, I don't remember how far into the trip we were at that point, but did it kind of put a damper on things for just a bit? I mean, or was it just that night and you were over it?
Yeah. I think we still had a few days left, and I think especially that that night, the next day was kind of, I was upset and all that, but lingering too long. I remember when we eventually came back home to Oregon, I sat down with you and with Kathleen, and we all had a chat about it, and I formally apologized, and it was a good little tender moment. Actually, I think that was one of the turning points for me in my little attitude, especially towards you guys, because I remember after that, I because I would have my little snarky comments and stuff as a kid, and I remember that experience. After that experience, we talked about it, and I remember Kathleen, saying like, "Hey, we love you. We just, we just want to have a good relationship. We don't, all this stuff." And I remember from then on, my attitude really got better. But yeah, that was the first memory that came to mind. Sometimes those bad memories stick out, unfortunately, but that's
it happens
reality,
though. I mean, you go to Disneyland. I mean, you're gonna have, as a parent, man, you can't help it. Your kid's having a meltdown at some point. I mean, you were older, but as a little kid, like the age that Aaliyah
10
was,
days.
I don't remember Aaliyah having a meltdown there on that trip, but a lot of times they're so overstimulated, and when your kid starts having a meltdown, it kind of sucks. I just remember having to carry her, all the way downtown Disney back to the hotel and stuff. That's always a joy. There's no joy in that. But I mean, it's still fun to take your little kids to Disney, and because they're all excited and everything. So, anyways,
Yeah, I mean, I have only one memory when I was a little kid being in Disneyland. And that was everyone was going on Splash Mountain. I screamed bloody murder because there's no way I was going to drop down that drop in Splash Mountain. And Uncle Steve, who for listeners and stuff, he just passed away a month and a half ago or something like that. He took me to Country Bears. He took me and he removed me from that scary Splash Mountain place. And I just remember sitting in Country Bears, and these bears are floating from the ceilings and singing, and I just said,
okay,
I'm in heaven. My Uncle Steve is my savior.
That's cool. You have that memory though with them. How about you, Kurt?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. The last time I went to, the only time I went to Disney World with you, Dad, and Kathleen, and Leah, and we had a foreign exchange student with us. It was always a foreign exchange student.
It was Fiona.
Disney.
Fiona was with us that trip.
Would have been Fiona.
Yeah.
So here's a bad memory. I was just feeling a little. I was feeling really overwhelmed. There's a lot of people. I think we're in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
I think we were in Splash Mountain's line too. I think.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember exactly when it was, because I think it was a little bit after I finally figured out I was diagnosed with OCD, and so I was taking my medication. I remember I was taking my medication. And for some reason, there was this one part of the day, I think you guys went off and did something, and then I was just kind of by myself, and there was all these throngs of people going in and out, and I had a huge fear, not just of like other people's kids, but just like huge amounts of people, because I was just scared that like something bad would happen if I was really close to them. And so I was just, when people were really close to me, I was just kind of freaking out, and had to go to the they have like this little medical bay. I didn't even know that.
First aid station. Was it by the Crystal Palace?
I think so, yeah. And I go in, and I was like freaking out in my mind, and I just couldn't take it. And so they saw that I was starting to cry and stuff. So then they put me in a little room, gave me some water, and I just kind of cried and just kind of chilled out. And then I felt a little better. So I took a little kind of
So
nap.
we didn't know this was going on. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we were at Splash Mountain. I think you told us that you wanted to go find somewhere to sit or something and draw, because I think you had your drawing tablet at the time.
Yeah. I
And
did,
so
yeah.
you took off to do whatever, and then this all happened while we were on a ride or something. You told about us, told it to us later on, but so
Yeah, it would have been
Disneyland,
maybe,
you don't realize that, people that it could be a really overwhelming place,
Mhm.
really
I mean,
stimulating. Like,
I mean,
you need a good balance of relaxing and
Kurt's was older. I mean, he was in his 20s. I mean, but
Yeah.
usually you find that with smaller children, 'cause there's just so much going on, and you get
Yes.
tired and stuff, so.
It was not a good experience that day, but yeah, it was on Disney World, Magic Kingdom, but that's I guess a bad memory. Good memory. I'm gonna throw this in there. I remember one of the first times I went to Peter Pan's flight, and I think it was a time where I didn't have my glasses yet, but I could still kind of see, but it was still a little blurry, like everything. And I remember I was looking down, and there's that one spot that you're going across. It looks like you're going across like London.
Right.
There's all those like little streets, and
Mhm.
I thought I was thousands of feet in the air. I was like, what the flip? It's like little lights,
You can fly.
all these little houses. I was like, holy crap! Like, and like, but that's the funny thing. Like, think about it. You just imagine that you're up in the air that far down. You're looking down, and you're like, I am this far. Like, really, I'm this high up. That's how I
It is
felt.
pretty cool looking though.
Yeah, it was like
That's
amazing.
funny.
I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
I mean, you had to be. How
You
old
were-
were you, Kurt?
I wasn't that old.
Were you like 5 years old or something?
Something like that.
He's like, I was 27.
It was just
I was
last week, Dad.
I lost my glasses. It was amazing.
But
I like to look at that.
they are really getting good at those little lights, I swear.
That's one of my favorite rides. That was
You know-
one of my favorite rides as a kid. I still like it because of that. I think they
Mhm.
did a good job with that.
Yeah, I just love that. That's like I guess good memories. What's up, Jacob? Sorry.
I just had another memory just come to my mind. I think one of the funniest, if not probably the funniest moment when we were there when I was 14, Tower of Terror.
Yeah. Well, what part of it?
This is
Jacob?
famous in the family. We were riding Terror. I think it was probably the first time we were riding. We were in California Adventure. It was
Yeah.
the first time we were riding the ride in the time that we were there. And Josh, who is just a year younger,
Jacob, you're gonna throw this out.
I'm sitting next to Josh on this ride.
All right.
I'm actually pretty scared out of my mind too, because I haven't been on the ride. I don't know how it's gonna, but we're going. It's starting to take us up and up and up. And I look over at Josh. His
We have a
white
picture of
knuckle,
this.
he's
really-
white knuckling.
Let's share this. Let's share this in Live and Love Disney Facebook page. Let's show this picture. Anyway,
Do you,
keep going.
do you have
Sorry,
a picture of it, Kurt?
The
yeah,
picture
I
is
think
perfect.
we do.
The
Okay,
picture couldn't
everybody look at-
capture the moment better. It was incredible. I think it's on Facebook somewhere.
Yeah.
So Josh is white knuckling this thing, that the handrail in front of me. He's squinting his eyes, and I mean, he is
So
praying
hard.
to God Almighty for angels to come in and save him. He's white knuckling thing, and and I'm looking over at him, and
Yeah.
I can't breathe because I'm laughing so hard at his reaction. And
Right.
even the whole time we're dropping, I just can't take my eyes off of him. So there's this great picture of Josh holding onto the bar and going, and me looking
Yeah.
over at him, going like just laughing hysterically. So that was just so stinking funny. There's a picture somewhere, and yeah, we'll have to share it. Yeah, that made me crack up.
That's funny.
And I didn't appreciate that ride until later when I actually started watching, when I was like in like junior senior high
Twilight
school and
Zone?
actually started watching Twilight Zone.
Oh yeah.
I got really into Twilight Zone. Oh dang, I need to go back. But now, it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
But they have it
But,
at Disney World
yeah.
still. Twilight Zone at Disney
Oh,
World.
it's still Twilight Zone at Disney World.
Yeah, they say it's the better of the. It's a little bigger. They got a little more to it there than the Disneyland version. So
Okay.
yeah,
See,
so you'll
I'm
have
sure
to
if I
check it
go,
out sometime.
if I go
If I go there
if I
Sunday,
went, I bet I would notice all the little details,
yeah,
from episodes or whatever, if I
Right.
went now.
yeah.
But yeah, that's another one. What about you, Dad? What are some bad memories and some good ones that come up?
Honestly, I mean, well, I have to say, I mean, I don't really have a lot of bad memories about anytime I've gone to Disneyland or Disney World, except when Grandma, Kathleen's mom, went with us to Disney World and tripped on the sidewalk and face planted into the sidewalk on the second day.
Oh
of the
my
trip.
gosh.
And she had to stay in the room the whole time, and she had to go to the hospital. She had a broken orbital bone and everything. It was terrible, man. I mean, Grandpa John had just passed away, and he really told her, you go to Disney World with Rob and Katie. You need to go out, enjoy some time with them. And so they had set some money aside for her to do that. And so we were really looking forward to having her there with us and stuff. And then on the second day, I think we just gone to Epcot, and we were coming back on the bus, just got off the bus at Port Orleans Riverside, and we were going to go into the cafeteria and have something to eat. And you know how the earthquakes kind of push up the sidewalks and stuff. She must have caught her. She was walking right beside me, just a little bit back from me. And all of a sudden she tripped on this curb, and all I heard was a smack. And I turned around. I'm like, oh, beep. And it's like she didn't even try to, catch herself, but it was terrible, man. It was just terrible. So that's probably the worst thing ever at Disney. That I mean, she looked like she got in a fight with a professional boxer. In fact, I was kidding around with her the whole time. I think I even sent pictures to maybe one of you guys or all you guys of her once her face kind of got black and blue and stuff, and kind of cracked a joke and stuff, trying to make light of things because kind of sucked. But she was stuck in the room the whole time. And then after a while, we were able to take her on a wheelchair and get her to go out to dinner with us. But that really blew chunks. Really, that was a terrible experience, and really it put a damper on the whole trip because I had to stay with her. Kathleen obviously had to go to the hospital with her and stuff, and then I had to push her around in a wheelchair, which I loved her and everything, but she's no longer with us. She passed away. But for those that don't know, but we still had our vacation, but it just kind of stunk because that happened. But like,
I remember when you guys came home, she did look, holy cow, I've never really seen anything like that. I mean, her face was just, I mean, her entire face. I mean, it wasn't like, oh, she had a big bump on her side of her head. I mean,
Right.
it was like she went to a face painting station and a makeup artist. Yeah, like you
Yeah,
said,
I mean,
like went into the ring
crazy.
with Mike Tyson.
took a while
know?
for it to, yeah.
And no mercy.
You see me, you should see the other guy. Wasn't that? Yeah. But
Yeah, I remember she kind of changed shades. She was black and then purple and then green and then
Yeah.
yellow and then finally back to
Yeah.
normal a little bit, you know.
that was nuts. But that really sucked because I was really looking forward to having her with us and stuff. She was a lot of fun. But that's the worst memory. Other than that, good memories. I mean, I really enjoyed our family trip. We took all you guys down to Disneyland. I mean, there were moments of that trip that were like, these ungrateful kids. But I think
Oh,
you
I'm
guys had a
sure.
great time, and it was really fun to be able to stay on property, because at that point, I don't know if we'd ever stayed on property down there before. So we stayed at the Paradise Pier Hotel, and we had 2 rooms there, and it cost a lot of money, but it was fun to be able to take all you guys. And we had Hedda with us, and she had just gotten there like 2 days before, and she jumped in the car with us, and we all went to Disneyland. And Grandma and Grandpa
Yeah.
were, Grandma and Grandpa were with us on that trip. So anyways, that's a really cool memory. But yeah, every time I've gone, I mean, one memory that I have, when Kurt was little, we went to Disneyland, and I remember him.
There we go.
I don't know if he was closing his eyes or what he was doing, but he grabbed on his leg, and I'm looking at him like, what is he doing? And then he looked up, and it was Captain Hook. He had grabbed onto Captain Hook's leg. I think
That
he
was
thought
yours.
maybe it was my leg. And he looked up, and there was that big old nose, Captain Hook's nose staring down at him. He's like, what the crap? So that was pretty funny. But
Kurt kicked him in the nards and ran.
Took his hook
stranger
and threw it at
danger,
his face.
stranger danger. Yeah, right, Jacob. A punching bag going on. But I don't know.
That's funny.
But I'll tell you what, man, and the other one, first time going to Disney World, man, I tell you, that was so awesome because the weather was perfect. It was like 75 degrees out there in Florida. And at the time, I think in Grants Pass, it was like 28 degrees or something. I'm sitting in the sun going,
Yeah.
in the morning hours, not in the middle of the day. No humidity, because we went in February, and just sitting there going, this is so awesome. It just reminded me of days growing up, in Southern California, and being at Disneyland and stuff. But the weather was just beautiful, and I'm so, this is awesome. And it was
It's just
a
cool
lot
to
of
think
fun.
I can jump on a plane, and in a couple hours on a plane, I can be in a completely different climate. I can escape
Right.
bitter cold, and in a couple hours
It's
be on
crazy,
a beach
yeah.
in the sun.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So that I really enjoyed. So I don't know. I like going because it's just fun to be there and stuff, There's stuff about what's going on with the Disney Corporation that drives me crazy, but overall, I still like going to the parks, and I still enjoy being there and having the atmosphere of the park and stuff, which I'll never get sick of that. And people go, why you're going there again? But I just enjoy being there. It's fun to sit. I like to people watch. I love to watch people, and I mean, you've heard Katie talk about me at Disney World. I'm 20 feet behind them all the time. They're going to the ride, and I'm just lollygagging behind them, taking my time because I'm looking around at everybody.
Smelling the roses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I'm on
And the
vacation.
people.
Or in the moment.
So,
Mhm.
anyway,
It's funny
So
how
you guys got-
vacations kind
Huh?
of change when, just different types of. It's funny how vacations kind of change when you're in different times of life. People will say like, "Oh, what's your favorite vacation spot?" And I say, "It depends how I've been recently up to that point, right? Because sometimes maybe things have been really slow, and you want to go to a theme park and have a blast,
right.
but sometimes you just want to sit on a beach somewhere for a week and not talk to anybody.
Right.
So I feel like Disneyland, and especially Disney World, I mean, I guess both, but it's a good combination of, maybe one day you just lay out by the pool.
You
Maybe
can
another
sit
day
on
you
a
go ride a bunch
beach.
of rides,
You can like you can sit on the beach and just read a book. You don't have to go to a park or sit by along a pool.
It's a good combination.
Yeah.
So if people are like, oh man, I don't know what kind of vacation I'm in the mood for. It's like, well, Florida's a good option. Go to the park on one day, go chill the next day,
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, really. And lots of times, lots of people do that. They'll just go to the resort, and that's what they do. They don't go to a park. They'll maybe take 3 days. It's not like they go for 2 weeks and just sit at the resort, but they might, want to get away from the job or whatnot and just chill out. and relax, you know. So there is that. Totally. Right, Kurt?
Yeah.
Yes, Dad. That is correct.
I'll take that part out.
1872, 1873, 1874. My dad. Kurt and I have been we were just talking. Kurt sent me a text yesterday. Hey George, the ocean called. They're running out of shrimp. Hey, the jigsaw called.
Running out of you.
They're running out of you. Oh, really? Because I heard you're their all-time bestseller.
Little Seinfeld humor there for you.
Should have said that.
I just sent
we
you
can
that.
cut that
Did you the picture I sent Jacob yesterday?
Yeah, that's funny.
It's on your cell
like
phone.
a picture.
If you get it.
Yeah, you
There
can
we
see it.
go.
It's like you know when you're getting a call from Jacob Jensen or whatever. It's it's getting a call from the jet store.
Jerk store.
The jet store, like the jet store is calling. They're running out of you.
They're running out of you. Anyways.
But yeah, I think that's it's like I said kind of at the beginning of the episode. I think it's refreshing, to talk about the Disney horror stories too, because it, like you said at the beginning, Dad, it's it's not all sunshine, shooty.
I mean, we went to,
Sunshine.
you haven't been there yet,
Rainbows.
Jacob. We went to Ohana's, which is a great restaurant.
Yeah, you gotta try it.
Kurt went there. Right, Kurt? You've been there, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
Stitch just cunningly comes up and picks his nose. It's great.
Anyways, but we've also been there and it's been not so good, so it depends on what time of the day I think you hit that. But I mean, usually they have good steak, shrimp and everything, but yeah, everything's sometimes you don't have a good experience, but hopefully the next time you will. I mean, one time we did the Aloha dinner thing, and I don't know if it was the time you were with us, Kurt. We did do it that night, but we did it one day, and
Oh yeah.
I just took off. I mean, we were late, and I was all jacked up because we were late. And I'm like, God, can't we just get somewhere on time, And
Yeah.
so basically, I was all by myself. Going, nobody was following me, and I knew where I was going. I'm like, they didn't follow me, so I beat them to the show. But they sat us right. I mean, we were late to the show. They sat us right in front at a table.
Okay.
I mean, right in front. So like, hey, I'm late. I'm here. And then
Excuse me.
yeah. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. But that night, Aaliyah, for some reason, she just had an attitude, man. So we tried to get her up. We got her up on the stage, and I think they were doing her birthday hula or something. And she just wasn't having
She just
it, man.
does the finger. She's like,
She wasn't having it, man. She was like, wasn't, you could tell on her face, she was like, I don't want to be happy. That was a beautiful memory.
such
But-
Disney
We're running late.
We were late. And then,
Everyone hates to be there. Why are we even here?
I mean, I enjoyed the dinner and everything, but I don't know. It's just things.
So that it must be hard to go as a parent and just that your kids don't understand and I just don't think they have the capacity to appreciate fully. That must be hard sometimes. I mean, you mentioned it when we all went as a big family. You're just like freaking ungrateful kids. Like,
well, because you pay a lot of
that-
money, and kids don't realize the amount of money that parents have saved up for them to go and experience this stuff. They just take it for granted.
they don't have
They
a
are just
concept of
kids,
money, really.
Huh?
They don't understand what $100 is. And that's 100. That sounds like a lot, but it's like,
Yeah.
but
We're talking
if you had
thousands
a
of
job
dollars.
that paid $10 an hour, 10 hours straight of and that's just getting into the park. That's not including,
Yeah.
travel. That doesn't include hotel. I mean, they don't have a concept of money or anything. So
I mean, that time we went to Disneyland,
That'd
that
be
was
frustrating.
thousands of dollars. And if we would have had to pay for food inside the park, oh, that would have been another whole ball game, man. But yeah, I mean, kids don't understand that until they get older and, and have to pay for it themselves, or, and then get in that situation themselves. And then they go, oh, so as a parent, but you have to try to put that on the back burner, because you got to remember that they're just kids and you want them to have fun. You don't want to go, you ungrateful kids.
Right.
You're going to stay in the room all day. Well, what purpose?
You're
would
gonna
that serve
ride
you?
Thunder Mountain. You're gonna like it.
Yeah. Now get on that.
Okay.
This is the wildest, craziest ride in the West.
This
Now
this
try
ride
it now.
costs us approximately $2.22 if we factor it out. You're gonna freaking enjoy it. Don't shut up and enjoy it. Well, that I mean, there's so many topics that you can talk about, but that also introduces the, when you're paying the money and you got your kids there and you want to take advantage of it, sometimes you burn yourself out because you're like, we need to have fun, and you focus so much on having fun and seeing everything that it actually is retroactive, right? And it like takes away from the experience. It's the same idea of like you go to a
Right.
buffet and you feel like I have to get my money's worth, so you make yourself sick.
Right.
And it's
You
like,
gotta-
well, that just kind of undid the entire experience
Right.
of
You
itself, because you're
gotta-
trying to make it worth it. You know,
gotta relax and just enjoy the experience, Somehow
but
you
also
just
try to
gotta
get your money's worth. That's
your
the hard
money's
part.
worth. But remember, it's all about the whole experience. It's not about how many rides can I get on per se,
Yeah.
but it's about the whole experience, And so that's not always easy for kids to do, They just want to go from ride to ride to ride to ride to ride. I remember doing it. I mean, we ran, shoot, man, we knew Disneyland like the back of our hand, and we just run from ride to ride to ride. But even back then, when I was younger, it was a ticket book, so you had to
Mm-hmm.
choose which which ride on this e-ticket am I going to go on. I got what, two e-tickets, and I can only go on 2 e-ticket rides. So which ones am I going to pick this time?
Mm-hmm.
So you had to make a choice, which in all reality, I don't think that's such a bad thing, my opinion, because
A lot less people.
well, that plus it's kind of what life's like. Like, you can't do everything in life. You have to sometimes choose. I can't do everything. I can't be anywhere. I can't afford to do everything. I can do this or I can do that. And so it makes you choose and be okay with your choice,
Hmm.
So in a way, I kind of like
Well,
the ticket book.
And another, I think, kind of a conundrum or something, of our society is like we have so many choices that sometimes people can't enjoy things because there's just so many choices. Like if somebody goes to Disneyland or Disney World, they feel so inclined that they have to do everything. Like I said, that it kind of undoes the experience. For example, they did a psychological study where they did jams in a grocery store. And for one grocery store, they said, we're going to have 6 choices. That's it. And then for the other grocery store, it was like 28 choices. Well, the one that had only 6 choices outsold the one that had 28 choices by like 5 or 6 times, because, you're looking at all the choices and you just get so overwhelmed that you're like,
Well,
I'm just going to go grab something else, you
want to make the right choice, I remember buying a baseball mitt one time and going to the store, and there's all these baseball mitts, right? I'm like, I don't know, maybe this one, but this one looks good too. But this one looks good too. Which one should I get? I probably was in there. I mean, I should have walked in there and go, oh, this is a good mitt, and been out of there in 10 minutes. But I was probably in there for 45 minutes worrying about whether I was going to get the one I really wanted or not, because there were so many choices. I think if we had less choices on some things, I think it'd be healthier for us.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, kind of to your point of the ticket book, like there was just fewer. I mean, you were just like, you can only do so many things.
Right. You had to choose.
You just understand that and you enjoy that because, but if there's so many things, you're like,
and
you either get overwhelmed, or if you don't go on every single thing, then it wasn't worth it. And
you didn't go on Space Mountain 5 times. You had to go on Space Mountain 1 time, or the Haunted Mansion 1 time, and then you could ride. And then you had the A ticket, which had attractions on it. They weren't the most exciting ones, but they were the Main Street vehicles. and it kind of forced you to do those other things and maybe learn to appreciate them, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
So, I mean, there's some value in that, I think, because I learned to enjoy just Disneyland Park for what it was. I mean, I love that place, especially growing up and going there. We only went, you know, you're lucky if you went once a year. It wasn't like I went all the time, even though I didn't live real far away from it. But you learn to, you know, you look forward to it, you know, when you're able to go and you had something to look forward to. Hey, I didn't get to ride that one ride last time, so this time I'm riding that ride. Now, if you had more money, you could always buy more tickets, but you know, I don't know. That's just the observation I had about that kind of thing.
Time management. Disneyland teaching time management since 1964. Whatever.
Thanks, TVC guy.
You're welcome. Yeah.
But
Anyway.
anyways. Any other comments, Kurt?
No.
You ready to fall asleep now?
It's
Yeah.
it's 11:15 p.m. over here in Utah for us.
Getting late for you guys. So, hey, it's been fun having this little discussion with you guys. And everybody stay tuned for some other stuff on the podcast. We have this, our extreme Disney ride little things we're going to be doing. So look forward to those. We'll have some of those coming up. And so I hope you enjoy those little skits that we put together. And we have Kurt to thank for coming up with some scripts for those. So, I mean, you know, whoever else chips in there, but so far Kurt's the one that's done it. I mean, that was my idea I've had for a long time, and I appreciate it, Kurt. Thanks for grabbing that by the reins and doing something with it. I've always wanted to do that. So whenever that's another episode that we're doing, but so look forward to that.
Yeah, we'll release this before that, I think, and then I'll be working on that because there'll be a lot of sound.
That's gonna take a little time.
Yeah.
So look forward to our first little skit's gonna be the Extreme Jungle Cruise Extreme. So coming soon to the Live and Lemon Disney podcast near you. So anyways, thanks for joining us on the podcast tonight. Jacob, Kurt.
Of course.
Love you
Thanks for
guys.
having us.
Pleasure. The pleasure was mine.
Mhm.
And until next time, guys, you guys all have a great week and treat people good out there in the world. We need that these days. And till next time, we are out of here. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Adios.